And the moment you are depressed, I can tell you, you cannot do well again. You cannot, you are hopeless. You feel worthless. Your self-esteem is reduced. And for such a person whose self-esteem is reduced, I can tell you, there is no forward going again. You are just there. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not just the mere absence of infirmity. So it's not just because I'm not sick, that means I'm fine. If one of all these parameters is found wanting, then you're not fine, unfortunately. Let me repeat it again. Physical, mental, and social well-being. Okay, so what is normal health? Normal mental health. Reality orientation. I understand right now I'm on the pulpit. This is where I am. Protocols duly observed. Reality orientation. The next one is self-awareness and self-knowledge. I know who I am. I'm a medical doctor, and you all know. So I know who I am. That is normal. The next one is ability to form affectionate relationship. The moment I got in here, I began to socialize. How are you doing, sir? Good morning, sir. How are you doing? I'm fine. I like your shirt. I like your tie. That is the normal. That is just normal. So let's go to another one, self-esteem and acceptance. You can see the way I put my hand in my pockets. Yeah. There's this self-esteem an average human being should have. Yes, you should. So by the time you begin to lose any of all this, something is wrong. But you might not know. You might have your own terminologies to it that I just don't want to be with all those people. Yes. Another one is ability to exercise voluntary control over their behavior. I have this ability to step down now. It's my ability. I can control my own ability. So the moment there's problem with you controlling yourself, there's a problem. I'm just trying to differentiate between normal and the abnormal. Quite unfortunate that there's a very thin line between the normal and the abnormal. In your own perception, you still feel like everything is fine. In fact, you have reasons for your actions. But unfortunately, you're on the other side. But another depression. What is depression? So depression is a mental health condition characterized by persistent sadness, empty or irritable mood, along with the loss of interest in previously interesting things. So this is someone who liked playing musical instruments, and suddenly you discover that this person does not even, he will come to church, he doesn't, I'm not interested. This person likes, he likes to explore, he likes to travel, and little by little you just discover that this person said, it's not that he doesn't have the money, but he does not just want to do them. Loss of interest in previously interesting things, persistent sadness. I've told you, I'll give you an instance that if my oga tells me, hey, young man, you're fired, I can't go home and start smiling. No, I won't. But one thing is, after that time, I bounce back because I'm not depressed. But for those who are depressed, they are persistently sad. Even if they have promoted them today, they still come back home and still feel down. Okay, so we want to quickly debunk some of the myths. Some says it's not a real illness. I want to really debunk it today. It is a big illness. Something that has made you not to achieve your potentials. Is it not big illness? It's big. Something that has made you to just sit somewhere and say that no, it's big. Yeah, it's more than Ajay. Yes, it's big. Another one is antidepressant cure depression. So some people will say that just like I'm taking an anti-malaria, boom, then the moment I take it, no more depression. It's a phase. You will take it for some time, go through some things, and after that we can now certify that this person is out of depression. Some say that don't worry, you snap out of it, there's no big deal. But last you just snap out. Yes, but unfortunately some will not snap out. Some say that it's because of a sad situation. I've said it the other time that even those who still have good things coming their way, they are still sad. Another one said, if your parents have it, so will you. As a matter of fact, there are some illnesses that they are genetically transferred. Let me say, someone whose parent has diabetes, you can say that such children should watch it. Someone whose father has hypertension, you can watch it. I understand. Fine. But the ratio for depression and genetic inheritance is quite minute. All right, another one is antidepressant change your personality. You will be on antidepressant for life. No, you cannot. The moment you are out of it, you are totally out of it. Go and face your work. It affects only women. No, it affects both male and female. So it's not that some people will say that depression will be lonely. No, everybody has it. And as a matter of fact, okay, don't worry, as we continue, talking makes it worse. And I can tell you that some of the therapies we use is still talking, just like I'm talking to you today. All right, another poem says, shattered soul, tattered mind. The way back is what I hope to find. Broken dreams, lost without a trace. Lately, I've been feeling a little out of place. So, what are the things we watch out for in anybody who has depression? There are some things you just watch out for. Number one, like I told you the other time, that it doesn't come like a lion. It doesn't come like, ooh, no. It creeps in. You have trouble focusing or concentrating. I'm talking to you about, Mr. J, weeping prophets. Maybe part of the things I did not tell you the other time is, we call it weeping spells. You know, I cannot exhaust all the symptoms. Yes, they have weeping spells to everything. Oh God, they can cry and cry and cry. So, sometimes, I can tell you that what Jeremiah was going through then was depression. Hear what he said. I have cried until my tears no longer come. My heart is broken. I can tell you this same thing is what is happening to a lot of people now. Okay, so what does this story teach us? This story teaches us depression can affect anyone, prophets, kings, and faithful followers. So, nobody is immune to it. Everybody can be affected. I am not immune. The fact that things are going on fine with you does not make you immune. The fact that you married a beautiful woman or an handsome guy does not make you immune to it. The fact that you have good job does not make you immune to it. And one word of courage is that we are not alone. It's okay to cry out. And I can tell you, God listens and understands. Let's go to the good news. And I would not do good justice to it, to just terrify you and just tell you that is this. What is the way out? So I call it the good news. So there are varying treatments of depression. Most often people are treated with a combination of medication and psychotherapy. We would not just give you just drugs. There's what we call psychotherapy. So let's go to the medications now. Okay, so part of the medications you'll be given, well, depending on who you are, depending on what you're going through, maybe let's say you're pregnant now, there are some medications we will not give you. Let's imagine you have tendency for something, there are some drugs we will not give you. And that's the reason why when you come to meet a doctor, we have a way of evaluating who you are. They will give you right medications for you. Good enough, there are lots and lots of antidepressants. So we can pick the one that is good for you. Another one is psychotherapy. We call it talk therapy, where what we usually do is we want to go into what exactly is causing this thing. How can we help this person? So it is the work of the psychotherapists who would help you out. All right. So the optimal mental health. How do we maintain optimal mental health? That's a free one for all of us today. Number one, gratitude to God. I'm sure you want to ask, is gratitude to God in medicine? Yes, it did, yeah. What did I say? It did. So it means that all you just need to do is begin to count your blessings. Begin to say that, I got a good job. Thank God. Mark it. My children are not giving me so much problems. Thank you, God. I've been going from here to Ilorin every weekend, and no evil has befallen me. Mark it. So by the time you begin to be grateful to God for the beautiful things he has done, I can tell you, it will surprise you what the Lord has done. And you are gradually on the way out of depression. Just on the way. You are almost there. So number one thing is what? If you are going home now, be grateful to God for the beautiful things he has done. There is nothing that has happened to you that worst situation has not happened to another person. Yes. Look at Job, for instance. Job that had everything. He had this, he had that. And all of a sudden, just all of a sudden, he did not have anything again. Not that alone. He was now stricken by illness. So I can tell you, whatever is happening to you is not so bad. Be grateful to what? So Almighty God. Another one is guard your senses. What is that thing you are thinking of? Guard your mind. There are a lot of thoughts that will come. This one will come from this one. You know what the devil does? Or what's, okay, let me use that word devil. He helps you to magnify those bad things. He will begin to magnify it like, can't you see how that guy talked to me? Yeah. If not for what happened, hey, me. See what he said to me. Then you now begin to magnify it because you have allowed your mind to be used. So when those thoughts come, what do? Get out. Hey, get out. Not here. Go and do another thing. Okay, another one is our ears. There are some things you should not bother yourself to hear. Now, any small thing, you just want to know about it. Leave it. It's not your concern. Just leave it. Maybe they said something. You cannot hear everything. There are some that you will hear that these things would take you back to ground zero. And I'm sure you don't want to go back to ground zero. Another one is our touch, our eyes. We're not supposed to see everything. Did they fight there? You want to go there. You want to see everything. You better leave yours. You better calm down. Yes, calm down. So, our tongue, yes. And because of my time, another way is we need to be emotionally intelligent. So, some of the features of being emotionally intelligent is self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, social skills, empathy. Yes. Don't worry, I can drop my slides for anyone who wants to go through all this. Deep mindful breathing. So all those times when you feel so down, take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe in. We can practice it now. Breathe in. Don't let it come down. And when it's coming out, slowly. Let's take it again. Slowly. This has a way, as little as you think it is, it has a way of helping us out. Another one is general aerobic exercise. You wake up in the morning, you're not just redundant, you're just sleeping in bed. Wake up, burn some calories, run. You get it. Let me tell you, the most beautiful things on earth, they are the cheapest. Yes or no? This you just did is as cheap as anything. Water. Okay, anyway, we'll get there. They are as cheap as anything. Another one is proper diet. I understand you want to build a house in the castle, you want to do this, but you're not eating well, daddy. Eat better food. Yes, eat well. I understand that we need to send our children to good schools, we need to do this, but you're not eating. You're not paying yourself your salary. Pay yourself that salary. Eat better food. Another one is supplements. In the present Nigeria, we do not have a lot of good foods. Yeah, we have rice, we have beans, we have this. So maybe when you take supplements to those things you could not achieve in your rice, you can get them in the supplements. Hydration, drink a lot of water. What did I say? Drink a lot of water. And sleep. Yes, sleep. I understand we need to catch up with appointments, but you're not sleeping well. In fact, sometimes when I was in school, I can remember there was this lady. Her name was Anna. So Anna could read and read and read and read and read on the day of exam. I don't know if Anna, anyway, I don't know if she'll be watching me for this, but no problem. Okay, so on the day of exam, Anna came into the exam hall and she just dropped. Yes. She just got disoriented. And the next thing, they had to rush her to the sick bay. So when we were now done with the exam, we now went to check out that what is happening to Hannah. Hannah, we asked the doctor just said, she's sleeping. Even though she had to fail that exam, she came back another year. When we had graduated, she still had to come back another year. So it means that as little as you think it is, please sleep well. Sleep soon. Sleep, adequate sleep. All right. Coping strategies, okay. Problem solving, ventilation of emotions, evaluation of the challenge, reappraisal of the problem, and avoidance of the problem. Okay, so now we want to go into all those things that can make us happy again. Number one, I'm sure we all have some things that usually make us happy before. Yes. Pleasurable things, previously pleasurable things, such as music, talking. Look at me now. I'm here today. I've come to talk. Let me tell you, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Don't you know? Me, I'm enjoying it. In fact, and at the start of this, I said that it's a privilege that you have given me this opportunity to come and talk because I like it. So the moment you now discover that I'm not talking again, something is wrong. Yes. As a matter of fact, when I was in medical school, I said I liked surgery. I wanted to go for residency in surgery. Maybe because of the money. Because I like money. I like business. I like a lot of things. And but by the time I looked inwards, that where can I fit in the most? Then I discovered that I can actually fit into anything that can make me talk. And that was the reason why I decided that let me go for residency in what? Psychiatry. So you also have things that make you happy. Please go back to those things now. Because I've told you, number one thing is gratitude to God. Control what you think of, what you hear, control them, and go back to those things that were initially making you happy. Yes. These are the little ways you can start giving yourself therapy even before you see the doctor. Yes. Before you even see the doctor, start it now. Another one is sports. Some people like sports, football. Some people like movies. Okay, so we can mention a lot of other things that can make us happy. All right, so another one is help someone with depression today. What did I say? Daddies, I cannot hear you. Mommies, I cannot hear. See, let me tell you something. A lot of people are actually going through this. But they're not going to come and tell you, will they? They will not. So how can you help them? Number one, talk with them. Mr. J, we did not find you in church yesterday. Is there any problem? Talk with the person. In fact, in the process of talking with the person is happy already. Yes, that you are talking with the person. I've met someone who say that, Daddy, hear me sorrow. You make one do that run. I've been so happy, so elated. Talk with someone. That talk alone is therapy. It's therapeutic. Another one is support someone. I'm sure the reason why a lot of people are going through depression is because of some things that has happened to them. If you have certain support you can give, please give now. Before you hear that person is gone. Before you hear that person begins to have some psychotic symptoms, support that person now. And not necessarily money. Some people would think everything is money. No. The fact that you linked me up with this daddy who is the supplier of Indomie to Ajegunle, that is support enough. Yes, that support is enough. Another one is be a friend to someone who is depressed today. The Bible says Jesus was giving a parable of when I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was naked, you gave me clothes. That person might be in your family now. That person might be in your church now. That person might be in your neighborhood now. Help that person. Another one is explain to the person how optimistic life can be. Yeah. Tell the person to be hopeful that this is not the end. Life still continues. And the moment you begin to explain to that person that there's still life after this. The same Job that was totally down, this same Job still rose again. A lot of people who were totally down. I'm sure our former President Obasanjo, who said that there was a time when they were ironing clothes on his back. This is someone who now eventually became the president of Nigeria. Let someone be optimistic again through you today. Another one is suicidal prevention. So, When I say suicidal prevention, I'm going to tell you the standard. The standard is call the police, stay with the person until help arrives, remove guns, knives, medications, and other things that may harm the person. However, because we are in Nigeria, if you call 911 till tomorrow, for now, I'm not saying tomorrow, but if you call 911 till tomorrow, that number will not ring. But you know, because of all these things I have talked about, this person begins to have low mood. This person begins to, those things he was doing before, he stopped doing them. Or perhaps this person, at one point in time or the other, let it go. Or this person has made an attempt before. Let me tell you, the next time you might be hearing about the person is that the person is dead. And you forever blame yourself that, God, I wish I had helped this person. So if you see those things, that this person has low mood, he has suicidal tendencies, or perhaps this person, you have seen knife with the person before, or the person has written some notes at one point or the other that what a life, what a this, what a that. Take notes. The person, the next time you hear, might be that the person has executed what he wanted. All right, to the men here, because now bring me. While men are diagnosed with depression at lower rates than women, they still face higher rates of suicidal and substance abuse disorder. So it means that, fine, a lot of women get diagnosed of depression. Fine, we know. But who they kill himself pass? Now. You hear the women, they say, makparami. 20 years now, they never kill themselves. Yes. 15 years, 30, they never kill themselves. But you see that man? So it means that maybe by virtue of how life has been, I understand, men, you are going through a lot. You want to become this, you want to become that, you want to become a great man again. I understand. So this can be attributed to factors such as gender roles, stigma surrounding mental health, and reluctance to seek help. And I can tell you that a song that says that, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all my fear is gone. Because I know he owns my future. My life is worth a living just because he lives. That is a song for someone today who has thought of it in different dimensions. God, why? Another song says, Olúwa ló mú mi bọ̀, ènìyàn sọ pé mo pẹ́, Olúwa lóhùn ò pẹ́ rí, olóore àjẹpẹ́. Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Akinlade. Thank you.